Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is a Let's Play Trails of Cold Steel 2, part 60, are we on 67? I think we are. In the previous video, we ventured into the Ignis Shrine to obtain our big crystal, and then the game's like, this is a big crystal. Like, yeah, alright, okay, maybe it's like big, but it's not like big, and we gotta go get more, but first things first, we gotta help Georgie set up a workshop. I mean, I guess I could help out. I'd love to work with the ore you brought back, but we're gonna need a proper workspace to actually do that. If you've got the time, I'd appreciate the hand, but if you got other stuff to do, do that first. I got a feeling that setting things up is gonna take a while. I got a feeling that... Yeah, you're right. I don't know, I was gonna say something, but I didn't really know what I wanted to say. Give me an action 3, and don't talk to me again. Wouldn't mind like a super chrono drive, like a super chrono drive, because it like the stats alone are pretty good. And plus, it's like just an amazing spell that is good on anyone. It's great for like filler stuff since it's almost an instant cast, that type of stuff. I don't know. It's just good. It's always nice to have everyone to be able to top up or, you know, re-up speed or whatnot. Anything we want to do? Yellow coloring? Fine, I'll buy it. I mean, it's either the red or the dark. Yellow looks absolute garbage. I don't really like the purple to begin with. Okay, we'll be dark colored. I don't really like it that much, but the red, I don't know, the red just seems a little off. Well, let's save. Do you say anything about the crystal? Yeah, I heard the rumors about how magnificent Zemurian Ore is. I guess I wouldn't turn. Okay, you still say the same thing. I want to turn this into a workshop for creation of Valamar's Taichi. If you get a chance, I'd really appreciate it if you could help me out. As a result, all unfinished quests will disappear. Well, I probably don't have any of those. Thanks. Well then, you think you can bring me my tools from over in the Orbital Factory? No. Make Machias do it, man. He even offered to help. George and Reen then began remodeling the ship hold into a workshop. Well, the process was more than a little exhausting. It didn't take long before they were finished. Reen want bigger sword. This sword not big enough. Ooh, this should work for now. Okay, let's see if we can process this Zemurian Ore. Ready? We're gonna start by reinforcing Valamar's existing blade, alright? Why? Kinda your way of prepping for the real thing? But like, why waste our ore when we already were like, yeah, we don't have enough? Yeah, that's the idea. I just want to get a feel for what it's like to work with, and it'll give you a stronger sword to use in the meantime. Let's get to work. Of course. Together they worked on reinforcing Valamar's existing blade. Despite the task being simple compared to making an entirely new weapon, working with the Zemurian Ore was hard even for George. Reen and the other members of Class 7, as well as even Valamar, helped where they could and supported him in his efforts. Eventually, the new year do be approaching? Hell, it's almost Christmas. Do we have that in Erebonia? I mean, I would assume no. Like a winter festival, at least, as an analog? Whoa. Your new blade is quite impressive. I mean, it's kind of like the same. I mean, it's a little bit sharper on the edges, I guess. Yeah, it came out pretty well. It looks less like a toy sword now. Although the base weapon is still the same as a Soldot's. Like a Soldot's blade, however, I can feel mana radiating from it now. I don't expect it'll be able to hold a significantly keener edge than before. I'm amazed you managed to process that stuff. A hunk of crystal like that must have been a real pain to work with, huh, George? Well, if anyone can do it, it's you. I like how, I don't remember her name, I'm gonna be honest. He's just staring at the horse back there. Wouldn't have been able to do it if not for you guys' help. All we got this far is a real testament to our combined efforts. I'm not sure our contribution can even compare to what you've done. We got the crystal, and I'm grateful for it. I'm sure the battles ahead are going a lot more smoothly thanks to this. We're lucky to have you on our side, George. Now all you gotta do is take into a real fight and see how it feels. Alright, let's go, beat up someone. Alright, we should get Valmar to give it a good couple swings.
Oh, you're all still here.
Ooh, maybe they found something about Elise? That seems like that's probably next on the agenda, is rescuing them.
What's wrong? It's not like you to be so flustered. It's terrible. We got an emergency report in from the Twin Dragons Bridge. It's Celdic. Celdic?
What happened to Celdic?
Bro, I've been to Celtic enough.
It was set on fire by the Kreutzen Provincial Army.
Well, that's rude.
What?
What?
Didn't they set a new city on fire so that I can have an excuse to go somewhere new? They set a course for Celtic and hurried there as fast as their legs could carry them. Once they arrived, a number of them disembarked to assess the situation, Instructor Sarah and users included. Well, who's kitted? Emma's kitted. Elisa's kitted. He is kitted. Sarah is also kitted, but Elisa has our cannon. Eustace is still kitted, I believe. Sarah is reasonably kitted. We're level 95 on Reen? What? How'd that happen? That's not supposed to happen. Reen, you're not supposed to be that high level. You're supposed to be like 5 levels behind everyone else. Was he? I thought he was only like 92 or something. What? Oh my god. Well, none of the important buildings are hurt. Remember, the Noble Alliance are the good guys, fellow Erebonians. This is awful. How could they? How could they do this in such a lively town? The Grand Market seems to have taken the brunt of it too. I can't believe this. Let's have a look around town. We should pay a visit to both the Market Manager and the 4th Army Division too. Yeah, what the hell are the frickin' army doing, man? Don't leave the kitty alone. My house was burned down. There's nothing left of it. The house was set on fire during the attack. Managed to escape safely, but where will we go now? Jaegers took advantage of the chaos and set fire to as much of the town as possible. We tried to put it out as fast as we could, but yeah, Jaegers, you know, not good people. Once again, big robots came crashing into town out of nowhere. Then they just started destroying everything and anything. Market manager told me to run, so I did. Then he... Oh, did, something happen? I can't remember his name, if I'm being honest. Why? Why did this have to happen to you of all people, Otto? Oh. Don't tell me. We should go check for ourselves before jumping to conclusions. I mean, he's definitely probably hurt. But, I mean, you know, he's kind of in that, like, awkward position where he's fairly expendable.
No!
This is just awful. It used to be so lively, and now...
And we go beat up Berea hard next. No. No! Got a loan to procure the goods for my store. Why? Why did it come to this? Soldats tore the Grand Market asunder like it was nothing. Took what was essentially our home. Yet here I am, unable to even work up the energy to be depressed. Part of me always suspected that things would end up like this, but even then I have no idea how to cope with this. Completely lost the will to do anything at this point. Oh, hello, Norton. You all made it, I see. Seen a lot during my time as a reporter, but this is the first time I've been left speechless. An atrocity like this can't be forgiven. Nobility or not, there's no excuse for such carnage. We'd be failures of people who let something like this pass. I'll do whatever I can to make sure this doesn't get covered up. And we'll see.
Wasn't that the rest area?
Hey, pop quiz, what happened to Hamel? Do you know? Oh, you don't? Okay, well, let's see how well you're able to not have it covered up after all. We had our hands full simply trying to make sure that all the townsfolk were safely evacuated. In the end, we weren't able to prevent the fire from spreading. Oh, not honey, lady! Those huge machines, they came and destroyed the Grand Market. I was so scared, I don't ever want to see them again. We're in the midst of assessing the situation. Please take any questions to Lieutenant General Craig. Please leave this town alone. How's Becky's family doing? Oh, don't like that. There's probably people in the chapel. We still have to go by there. We'll go to the inn and here first. Oh, hello. Someone managed to keep this place from burning down, but Luis was hit on the head by some falling debris during the attack and... What? Where is she? She's being treated over at the church right now, but they said she might not make it. Can I have some tea, though? Anybody in here? No. Kind of surprising. You'd think there'd be people in the inn. If it didn't burn down, it's like one of the only places to sleep. Sorry, my mind's kind of all over the place right now. I still can't believe how quickly it all happened. Minutes. That's all it took. Ruined the town before our eyes. How could anyone even do something like that and call themselves human? Sorry, I got a lot on my mind right now. Gotta clean up the store too. Everything's a mess. The shockwaves knocked a bunch of stuff off the shelves. Oh, there's a lot of people in here. You haven't seen my husband anywhere, have you? I heard they brought him in with serious injuries, but I cannot see him. Why does he have to worry me like this? I'm doing everything with my power as a pharmacist to aid everyone's treatment. It still terrifies me to think of how quickly those soldiers laid waste to the town. I'm not even entirely sure how I managed to escape, to be completely frank. Fortunately, some of my medicine was left undamaged, so I was able to use that to treat the injured. And yet, there wasn't much I could do for Otto. So I guess he is dead. Tripped and hurt myself in all the commotion. It's nothing serious compared to everyone else. I'm lucky. How could they? How could they do this to our home? Wake up, Jake! Oh, the kid got hurt too. I was about to be hit by some falling rubble, but then, before I knew what was happening, Jake appeared and pushed me out of the way. It's all my fault. I mean, I think it's the soldiers' fault, you know, for attacking a civilian population. Father Zerbel's considerable medicinal knowledge helped save those who were badly wounded in the assault. Truly blessed to have him stationed here. Why did something this awful have to happen? They showed no mercy, not even to the children. I'm sorry, I shouldn't let myself get all worked up like this. We're looking for Father Zerbel. He left for the market manager's home. That, I mean, he may not necessarily be dead. He could just be like caught up in like a coma or something. Can't believe that even Jake was caught up in all this. It's so horrible. Couldn't even do anything to help. I feel so ashamed of myself. Don't be. You're up against professionals and they had the element of surprise on their side. He's right. I know you're upset, but you're not the one to blame here. Neither are you, Rufus. Suppose you're right. If I have time to blame myself for what's happened, that's time I could be using to actually help people. On Louise, too. Excuse me, how's she been holding up? Has she been given medical treatment? Father Zabel's already tended to her, but the blood in her head was so strong, he can't be sure if she'll make it. Louise, please open your eyes, I'm begging you. Two seem like good friends from what I've seen. Yeah, we got to know each other from my visit to the Weathercock whenever I was in town for work. But I'm not gonna be able to do anything for her staying here. Let's go, we need to see how things are elsewhere. Right. She got knocked out cold by some falling debris and hasn't woken up since. How could something like this happen? Louise, please open your eyes! Why did this have to happen? How much more does this world take from us? Maddie's not here. Oh man, where'd he go? His sister told him to stay put too. Unconscious. Those humanoid machines, they're... Stay back! Don't do it! Seems to be unconscious. No, this can't be. Marco, open your eyes, please.
I hope Louise will be okay.
They seem to have enough medicine at least, but...
I mean, eventually, you know, sometimes just all the medicine in the world can't help. Okay, we'll talk to the general first. Oh, there's Claire. I didn't even pay attention. I saw Nightheart and the general. I didn't pay attention to that being Claire. See, you've all arrived. Lieutenant General Craig, Major Nightheart. See, the RMP is here as well. Thank you for coming, everyone. Oh, I should have brought Elliot. I presume you were all contacted? I guess I should have brought Elliot and Machias now that I think about it, because they had a kind of a connection to Celdic since they lived out here for a while. That's right, we came here as soon as we heard. Is this the work of who I think it is? It is as you suspect. This was done by none other than the Croatian Provincial Army soldats. That's absurd. For what reason? This can't be real. Fortunately, it's very real. Apparently they broke through a gap in our line of defense of the Twin Dragons Bridge. According to the report, there were a number of Jaegers in their ranks too. Galbraith has been hiring the Northern Jaegers throughout this war. They were behind the attack on Ymir too. That explains things. Raising towns like this is one of their specialties. They had soldats supporting them too. This couldn't have ended any other way. We arrived on the scene as fast as we could and managed to fight them off while evacuating the townsfolk, but they had already retreated towards Breahard and formed a defensive line by the time the 4th Division arrived. The townsfolk readily accepted us after the provincial army was forced to retreat from the Twin Dragons Bridge. It's clear this was intended to punish them as an example to others. Even then, though, there's just no excuse for this. Reminds me of what Rufus and Vita said, actually.
I beg to differ. The presence of soldats units on a battlefield makes a tremendous difference. What they may lack in firepower and armor compared to tanks, they make up for in mobility and versatility. But more important than even those factors is the psychological impact they have on our opponents.
We're only human. As such, we are as captivated as we are terrified of giant beings bearing human form.
Rufus said that? Vita. The fear this attack is instilled in the townsfolk seems to be a testament to those words. Thanks to the soldat, it's safe to say they succeeded in their aim. Even we of the RMP felt somewhat powerless before them, especially since we couldn't prevent that fatality. Someone passed away? Market manager, I'm afraid, so he did. Eyewitness reports state that he got caught in the debris while aiding in the townsfolk evacuation. That's awful. We never even got the chance to repay him for helping us while we were here. Regardless, we plan to strengthen our defenses here while preparing for countermeasures against Berea. I advise that you keep your distance from Celdic for a while. Do engrave this hard sight in your minds, however. This is no mere minor conflict, it's an all-out war. Never forget that. Celdic holds no value to the Alliance from a military perspective. This was clearly to make an example of them. We won't let this go unpunished. Our chance for retribution will come, and they will pay. Best not to get yourselves caught up in it when that time comes, though. Fuck you. I do what I want. And I kinda wanna beat Eustace's dad into the ground? Leave the military affairs to us. But do take a good look around you. Engrave this sight in your minds. This is the true face of war. Leave the townsfolk to us. We'll do everything we can to support them. What are the measures to be taken against Berea? Something must be done, that much is certain. You come to see the market manager? So head up to the second floor. Everyone else is already there. Oh. Hi, Otto. Please come back to me. You're all from Thor's, correct? Fell victim to one of the Soldot's attacks while evacuating the townsfolk. I'm afraid I did everything in my power to save him, and yet we heard. How could this happen? Market manager's always done everything he could to protect this town. But even now, he's went and gave his life for us. No one loved this town more than Otto. Just goes to prove that. Why did things end up like this? What are you even supposed to do? Why, Adios? Why did you take the market manager from us? Can't believe he gave up his life to protect us. I hope you're happy, Duke Alberea. Your aim was to terrorize us and take something from us that can never be replaced, and you must be. I did everything in my power, but it wasn't enough. At the very least, he seems to have passed on peacefully. You can only pray that Adios guides his soul to her side. He's resting in peace. He looks like he can wake up at any moment. What do I do now? Are we really supposed to just leave? That feels kind of wrong. I guess there isn't really anything for us to do. It's an interesting, I mean, I'm kind of glad something like this happened. I mean, in like from a storytelling perspective, right? I mean, it does make the war feel a bit more real, even though it does kind of just put the Noble Alliance into like cartoonishly evil territory. Got a decent grasp on the situation in Celdic now. Do we head back? Green! Oh, there you are. Where's my family? They're all safe, right? Becky, Hugo. Told you to wait on board, didn't we? Sorry, but she insisted. You expect me to sit about not knowing about what's happening in my home? My family's safe, right? What about the market manager? Your family's alright. We saw them at the church. Well, our dad's not. We don't know where he is. Can't say the same for the market manager, though. You're having a laugh, huh? Wait! I've got her, Reen. I'll make sure she returns to the Courageous. Thanks. We'll make our way back first, then. We have a lot to discuss regarding where to proceed from here. Indeed. I mean, we probably should help find her dad. Leaving Celdic in the Imperial Army's hands, they all went back to the Courageous. Processing both Otto's death and the state of Celdic proved to be difficult, but they had to face it. It was only after Becky and Hugo had returned they decided to take off.
Still, this war seems to resemble the War of the Lions more by the minute. History tells us towns were set ablaze all across the country back then as well.
Really?
That is said to have been the case, yes. Although the situation back then is very different compared to now.
True enough. This war's been relatively bloodless in comparison, so something like this happening is a big deal.
Still, in the long term, this is bound to hurt the Alliance's cause more than it will help. That's why I'm finding it so hard to picture that Rufus would give the go-ahead to do it.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
I think it's safe to say it was just Duke Alborea doing his own thing. He really seems to hate how Duke Cayenne's higher in practice than him in the Alliance.
I'm sorry, but this is where we part ways. Captain, please let me disembark somewhere nearby.
No?
What? You can't be serious.
You're not thinking of trying to settle things with your father alone, are you?
I can't believe you would even entertain the thought. You need to take a deep breath and calm down before you do something you'll regret, Eustace.
How dare you? Don't act like you know the first thing about what I'm feeling right now. As a member of the Alborea family, I have a duty to stop my father. You have no right.
We have every right to interfere, Eustace. This is clearly too much for one person to handle alone.
Plus, I really want to beat his ass.
Machias is right. You need to calm down and we need to think this over together.
And then we can beat his ass together.
Yeah, this isn't like you at all.
As your classmates and friends, it's not hard to imagine how terrible you must be feeling right now. But that's exactly why we want to help you. And I believe we can.
We should discuss how to approach this matter together.
That's a Class 7 I know.
Still, this isn't a matter to be taken lightly. Your actions could have a profound effect on the war from here on out. If you're going to get yourselves involved, you're going to need to be prepared for the potential consequences. But I'm sure you guys know the deal at this point, right?
And we have a pretty good I mean, you know, we could easily intervene under the guise of, you know, Imperial authority, right? At this point.
We fully understand what you're saying. So far, we've tried to keep our interference with the war itself to a minimum. However, what just happened in Celdic was an act of terrorism against innocent civilians. We can't turn a blind eye to that.
Like, honestly, it's like probably still illegal, right? Because, I mean, it's not like they're enemy combatants. They're regular civilians. Even in a civil war, like, they could probably, you know, via Imperial authority, like, give us authorization to go arrest his ass.
You're right.
We're all agreed there. The market manager did a lot for us, both during our field study and when we were lying low there after the war broke out.
I'm of the same opinion. He may be head of one of the 4 great houses, but the Imperial family can still make him answer for his crimes. So please, use my position and this ship however necessary to bring him to justice.
Thank you, Your Highness.
All right, I think it's time we come up with a solid plan. We can't allow Duke Alborea to do anything so inhuman ever again.
Thank you.
Huh? Is there a call coming through? Where's it coming from?
Whoa, Vivi and Lynn get voice actors?
Moment.
You don't even have to recruit them. I think you have to get Lynn, right? You don't have... No, you have to get Vivi. You don't have to get Lynn, I think?
This can't be right. It's coming from an airship owned by the Noble Alliance.
How can that be?
They must have sneaked into range. What should we do, Towa? I think I can shake them off if I try.
Yeah, you're supposed to be like the fastest ship.
No, put the call up on the screen.
I don't want to talk to anybody. Better not be Rufus. God damn it.
It's a pleasure to see you all again. Especially you, my dear brother.
Bro, fuck off. Don't, like, God, what a smug piece of shit.
And Princess Alphen is with you too. Truly, it's an honor, Your Highness.
Rufus.
Goodness.
Why are you calling us?
I apologize for calling so abruptly. Rest assured, I have no intention of attacking or otherwise harming you. I'm calling because there is information of which I'd like to make you aware. Due to the rather sensitive nature of my message, this feed is a private communique from my personal airship.
What could you possibly have to tell us?
Does this concern Celdic by any chance?
It does indeed. I imagine all of you have seen what befell the town yourself.
Yeah, we don't need your, like, fake-ass help, okay? Yeah, you know, if you wanted to stop the attack, you could have easily, right? Like, the fact that you didn't intervene, that's like a commendation of yourself, even if you do help us, figure out how to get to the Duke.
The attack
I don't
on
buy
Celdic
it.
was instigated by Duke Alberea alone. We of the Noble Alliance do not in any way condone it.
I don't buy for a second that with all the information the Noble Alliance has at their hands, they wouldn't have known that Duke Alberea was going to do this ahead of time.
If you plan to confront the Duke about his actions, you need fear no interference from us.
Huh?
I just find it hard to believe that they couldn't have known, they had no idea that was going to happen and weren't able to intervene at all.
Oh, I get it. You want us to take him out, don't you?
Surely not.
The bulk of the Kreutzen Provincial Army is already under my control. The attack was carried out by a small contingent of soldiers who remain loyal to my father. At present, they've walled themselves up in Aurochs Fort along with him. With the aid of the Imperial Army, you ought to be able to take the fortress without much trouble.
This is insane.
They're not as well trained as the ones who are serving you, so you don't mind losing them, do you? I'm impressed at how cold-heartedly objective you can be, Mr. Chief of Staff.
Bet you'd love it if we ended up killing each other, so you'd have nothing to worry about, huh?
Nothing of the sort, Miss Clausel.
You can't, like, no one calls her that.
Still,
I don't even know Fee's last name.
Actions will be a millstone around the neck of the Alliance going forward. But considering the position I hold, I can't very well publicly oppose him.
I mean, if you'd asked me before that sentence, what is Fee's last name, I would have had not even the closest iota.
And that's why I figured
She's just
I might
Fee.
bring up the matter with all of you. Well, I've said my part. Oh, and Eustace, this is an intensely family-centric affair, as I'm sure you realize. I'm very curious how you'll approach it. Well then, if you'll excuse me, I suppose I'll hope and pray for your success this once, as a sitting member of Thor's Board of Directors.
Nothing like using other people to do your dirty work.
There remains a real possibility that this is a trap.
Still, now we know the Alliance wants something done about Duke Alberea as much as we do. This could be the best chance we're ever going to get to stop him from wreaking more havoc.
I can't allow my father to commit any more of these unforgivable crimes. I will go to Aurochs Fort and apprehend Duke Alberea myself. And it would mean the world to me if all of you were to lend me your aid.
Everyone except Maki's,
Don't
of
even need
course.
to ask.
Of course we will. We'll be with you every step of the way.
Milliam's face during that? With that, they finally began preparations to apprehend Duke Alberea. Duke Alberea's actions against Celdic were believed to be in violation of a number of Imperial laws. With that fact as justification, Class 7 chose to call upon the aid of the 4th Armored Division and the RMP to formally place him under arrest. Reem, what are you looking at? In the end, they settled upon the following plan. First, the 4th Armored Division would attack Breahard's northern line of defense. Meanwhile, the RMP would attack the city's southern line of defense, forcing them to call reinforcements from Aurochs Fort. This would give Class 7 the opportunity to attack the fortress using the courageous with relatively limited opposition. So, like, Rufus is just going to let us take Brea hard. Okay. Yeah, that seems legit. And once the fortress is under their control, they were to arrest Duke Alberea, effectively completing the mission. Granted, we do know the Noble Alliance doesn't win, so we don't even necessarily know if they want to win, right? With all the Ouroboros stuff, like... We kind of have, like, a reason to believe that they're just trying to recreate the war, not... Like, you know, they don't have any personal stake in winning, like the Noble Alliance winning per se. With all this being finalized, the remaining touches are put to Valimar's reinforced sword. The operation proved to be an opportune time to test it and collect much needed data. The next day, the time came for the operation to begin. Well, the time's finally come. Is everyone ready to go? Of course. Can't let Eustace down. This is our chance to avenge Otto's death, too. I appreciate it. Just try and focus your thoughts on the operation for now. You can worry about other things later. And we're going to be right there with you. Sounds like everyone's all fired up and ready to go. We will bring Machias and Millium with Eustace. This will be our first chance to test Valimar's newly fortified weapon, too. How'd it turn out? Great, actually. And like Laura said, today's operation makes it the perfect chance to test it out in battle. I hope so. It'll be a good way to iron out the kinks anyway. The more data I have, the better off we'll be when it comes to making that Taichi. As the 4th Armored Division and the Railway Military Police are almost ready to make their move. Let me know as soon as you're ready, the sooner the better. I'm coming with you. It doesn't sit right with me not to have you going up against high-ranking Jaegers alone. No reason to let your guard down, though. Make sure you have everything you need. No problem. Oh, we get 7. Okay, so I mean, Machias, Millium, they get to go. They've been using Fia a lot lately. She can go on the back burner. Let's see, so Eustace, Sarah... We'll definitely use Eustace and Sarah. Who's our 4th real party member going to be? I mean, you already know who it is. The Elster. Rounding things out. We're fighting, yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll bring Fee for flavor, but we probably won't use her. To advance the main story, speak to Towa and select commence operation. Yeah, I know by now. I have to check something though. Before we, we didn't save during Celdic. I can't help but shake the feeling there's like a side quest in Celdic. I mean, maybe, can I fly back to it real quick? I've always known we're in the middle of a real war. I can't say war today. But until then, I didn't understand what kind of pain and sacrifice that truly entailed. Same here. Part of me is still trying to convince myself that something so unjust couldn't really have happened. But what's done is done. We can't turn back time, but we can and will stop the Duke from ever doing anything like that ever again. That's right. We'll make sure of that. Okay, you won't let me fly around? I gotta check. We'll pause while we fast forward through all this dialogue. Okay, so yeah, the dad was just in the room with the market manager. I kind of forgot about that. I don't know why because I mean that was the wife, right? That was like Becky's mom who was all freaking out about how her husband was supposed to be there with serious injuries. But I don't know. I didn't find anything. I tried to like leave the town after a certain point to see if that was what it was, but it still wouldn't let me. So I can't think of anywhere else there could have been a side quest if there was. So I guess we'll try and do our talking in this video, and then we'll reset everyone up. At least our main squad. Machias, you're really here still just for flavor. We could try and make Millium work. I don't know. I just feel like Millium's like worse Sarah. I mean, not really. It's just that, I mean, definitely you don't want Raven. I don't know what to give you. Or... they just give you Tauros. I mean, I've given Domination over... mainly I just gave it for the extra strength. And when we weren't using her in, like, the front slot, just, like, pop in and ult. But, I mean, the multiplier is just not good enough. really, to use that consistently. I finished scouting out the area around Breahard. Now I know the best place for us to stand by. If it all goes like I think it's gonna go, we'll pretty much be able to strike Auroch's fort while it's wide open. You can do it, Reen! There's one thing this war's taught me, it's that the powerless are always victimized by those in power. When I think about how my hometown could have suffered the same fate as Celdic, I could hardly hold back my anger. I thought it's more important than ever that we get to work together. We can't let people keep abusing their power like this. But everything I can to get the ship ready for the big operation. Don't mess it up! None of us want to let something like this horrible happen ever again. That's why we need to work together to ensure this operation's success. I still can't believe that Duke Alberea would resort to something this drastic. And honestly, as part of the four great houses, it's hard for me not to feel somehow complicit in all this. The way I feel is trivial compared to what Eustace must be going through. That's exactly why we need to make sure that you're the ones to bring the Duke to justice today. It has to be you. There's no way we can forgive Duke Alberea for setting a whole town on fire like that. We're gonna make him answer for it. Let's do it. I gave the Courageous his engines a tune-up and they're all ready for the operation to begin. We can't let Duke Alberea get away with this. We just can't. Yeah, we'll capture him and make him eat minced food. This operation's success or failure will have a significant impact on Eustace's resolve going forward. He can't do this on his own, though. He needs all of us to support him, perhaps now more than ever. Even though you're a new addition to the crew, we'll be counting on you too, Lind. Of course! This is the 4th Armored Division. Arl tanks are all in position. The RMP has also reached Point B and commenced surveillance of Breahard's southern entrance. Acknowledged. Please continue to stand by. Barring any sudden changes, the operation should begin at the scheduled time. Acknowledged. Wait on your signal. Dealing with the military like that must be really stressful. I'm glad to see that she's holding up okay. She has a giant responsibility, but so far things are going according to plan. You can leave everything here to me, Reen. You have more than enough to worry about as is. Okay, both the main cannons and secondary armaments are good to go. There's every chance the Courageous will be attacked during the operation, so we need to be ready to retaliate. So don't worry about us. The Courageous was built for this, and we're all prepared for anything. You should be focused on the task at hand. No need to worry about us. I'll shoot down anything that even tries to pose a threat to the Courageous. Yeah, like you shot down that drone, remember? That we helped you fight? I mean, you used a sword, but... Is something wrong, Instructor? No, it's you. Sorry, just lost in thought. It just crossed my mind that we're probably going to run to the Northern Jaegers at Auroch's fort, too. We can't afford to get complacent just because the army has given us a nice diversion. We need to be really careful. Keep that in mind as you're making your preparations. It's not just the provincial army to take account for this time. I'm not afraid of no Jaegers. As a member of House Alberea, I have a duty to stop my father from sullying our name with any more of his foolishness. Only then will the people of Croydon and Celdic in particular be able to truly say that justice has been done. While that may be true, you needn't feel as though you have to do it all alone. Never forget that we're all here to help you. But thank you, Your Highness. I cannot say what my brother has in mind, but I know what I want to do, and I fully intend on seeing it through. And I'll do it with the rest of Class 7 by my side. I'll be with you all the way. I'm here too, by the way, eavesdropping on you. As a member of House Alberea, stopping my father is my burden to bear. But I cannot do it alone. Please, lend me your strength. I mean, I don't know, Eustace, you're kinda OP. The Imperial Army's already made preparations for Duke Alberea's arrest. It's really a shame that things have to come to this. Still, I pray every day to Adios for your success. Also, don't you think Eustace is cool? Why don't you, like, have a thing for him instead of us, weirdo? That son of a bitch. Can't believe you even trying to pull this shit. I don't give a rat's ass how great his house is. Nobody sets fire to a town of innocent people and gets away with it. You guys are the best chance we've got for making that bastard pay for this. Do not screw this up. Can't even remember the last time something made me this mad. That asshole has to pay and you guys are gonna make sure he does. Hell yeah, brother. This whole operation is gonna end up being pretty big, right? I hope Theresia doesn't get swept up in it somehow. What the hell am I worrying about this now? That's not like me at all. Operation, operation, operation. That's all I've got to think about. And you guys too. Rah, 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 Thors, you've got this. I've been to Celdic before for some R&R. It was such a happy place filled with the sounds of people bustling around and enjoying themselves. How could someone want to burn that all down? Is there nothing we can do for its people? It used to be such a peaceful place filled with the sounds of people happily living their lives. Well, first things first, we beat up dude, then we can worry about putting things back together. We got some tough opponents this time. Poison Ritual Army is enough trouble as it is, but we might run into the Northern Jaegers too. Sure, at least I'll have Captain Claire and the 4th Armored Division support, but we'll still need to be careful. Maybe so. No one's going to defeat us, noble, Jaeger, or otherwise. This operation will be a success. It must be. Right, we can't afford to fail and we won't. Right. It's the least we can do after all the people of Celdic have done for us. Pretty nervous about what we're going to do, but this is no time to let fear get the better of us. We owe Otto and the people of Celdic too much for that. Eustace is doing everything he can to right his father's wrongs, no matter how difficult. We can't let him carry that burden alone. No matter who stands in our way, we will make this a success. The Northern Jaegers are a high-ranking corps. We need to be on the watch out for them. The fact that Sarah's taking point this time worries me too. Why? Just does. Make sure you're prepared and don't let your guard down against them for even a second. I mean, it's possible Sarah was with the Northern Jaegers. And we have, you know, it hasn't been outright stated, but it, you know, it's almost assured that she was with some Jaeger groups at some point. We don't necessarily know which one. It could be the Northern Jaegers, though. My father can be a little heavy-handed at times, too, but he'd never dream of setting fire to his own lands. That's simply insane. I hope Eustace managed to sort everything out. I use ingredients from Celdic all the time in my cooking, so what's happening here impacts me as much as anyone. Go stop that dude from doing anything else that's awful ever again. I mean, I think it impacts the people who live there a bit more. What happened to Celdic and the Grand Marco is bad enough, but we even lost Otto on top of that. Why do things have to come to this? I hate to say it, but that's the reality of war, Becky. Celdic's not the only place to have gone through this. That doesn't excuse it, obviously, but a truly great merchant would be looking for ways to overcome, to help everyone. I'm still trying to process all of this, but I guess you're right. We're better off not trying to get things all sorted rather than moping about, aren't we? Promising you'll make this operation a success, not just for my sake, but Celdic and others too. I can indeedy do that, but first things first, give me a chrono drive. Honestly, give me 2. Bro, what happened to all my U materials? They're all gone, dude. Becky's been really down in the dumps ever since she found out about Celdic. Not that I can blame the poor girl, of course. The rest of us had to make this right, for her. Bro, what happened to all my money? Or only one contest entry at once. When we get the results of the last one, I'll be happy to apply. You think what happened to Celdic will at least get a mention on the radio? But no, not a word. Even under Alliance censorship, this isn't right. I'm begging you, do whatever you have to do to get this all sorted out. You'll have me cheering you on. From the shadows. When you're sleeping at night. Ever since I saw Celdic burn like that, I felt really weird. Why? You okay, Milliam? I can read your mind, by the way. Yeah, I'm fine. Now let's go catch us a Duke. Let's go catch us a Duke. I'm gonna clobber him too. I mean, we might let you clobber him a little bit. We do a little clobbering. It's sickening to think that the Alliance can set fire to its entire towns like it's nothing. I'd finally started to relax on my home over in the west too, but now I'm all worried up again. I can't let this overwhelm me. Not today, not when so much is at stake. You guys are the only ones who can stop the Duke now. Good luck. Yeah, speaking of Milliam. You're only like 1 tier behind. That's fine. Did he go out here? No Gaius? Well, we saw him on the bridge already, so of course he's not there. I remembered that. Obviously. Can't believe Duke Alvaria. He's almost too pitiful to hate at this point. What are you talking about? Fuck him. I can't even imagine. I can't even begin to imagine what this is doing to Eustace Reen. That's why we need to help him bringing this to an end. There's no other way. What Duke Alberea has done cannot be forgiven. A man in his position should rule his lands fairly and benevolently, not burn them to ash. My father asked me to help the people to the east, so on my honor as a noble, I will make him answer for his crimes. Go get him, Laura. That speech could probably use about 4 more mentions of swords, though. Take care of yourself, Laura, and you too, Elisa. I know you'll make it through all this safe and sound. Your faith means everything to us, Monica. I promise we'll be back right after we put a stop to Duke Alberea's madness. Telling you, those mellow stews are like super good. You better be happy. Something's up with the fish in Celdic's waters. I guess even they're terrified after what happened. Or maybe they're just lamenting how stupid humans are. Who knows? As long as they're like that, nobody's gonna be able to kick back and fish around here until things get back in order. So please, Ring, do what you can. Granted, is to say the fish are terrified right now. As long as they are, nobody in Celdic's gonna be able to put up any good catches. So it's up to you to make things right. Yeah, that's the big issue. I've heard the Imperial Army is taking whatever measures they can to ensure the people of Celdic don't go once for food. Being well fed isn't going to make their pain go away, of course, but food can help heal both the body and the soul in its own way, so I hope I can help them start the recovery process. I haven't been able to write anything since I got to look at Celdic. It's just impossible to think of anything fun to write after getting a first-hand look at something so terrible. I guess this time the sword overpowers the pen. I don't think anyone could come up with a fun story when all this is going on. Historical records indicate many cases of towns being set alight during the War of the Lions too. Meanwhile, Prince Draco's fought to protect the people of his nation, and prevent any more needless sacrifices. And the more I think about the war, the more similarities I find between it and our current situation. Well, I have no idea if we can pull off the feats that Emperor Dracos did, but at the very least we are going to stop Duke Alberea. I'm sure you will. Good luck out there, I'll be praying for your success. I'm trying to do what I can to help you with this operation, gathering reference materials on Oryx's fort and the like. At the end of the day, it's all up to you guys whether or not you succeed here. No pressure, right? I still can't believe what Duke Alberea did to Celdic. It's also wrong. People with power are meant to protect the weak, not abuse them like this. Only you guys can put a right to this, so good luck. Go show the people of Celdic that power can be used for something good. I made sure to take some pictures of the chaos in Celdic. It hurt to take every single one, but there's no way I could let this horror go undocumented. Hopefully you can prevent other tragedies like this by exposing the truth to the public. And last but not least, the Hold Peeps. In a sense, you could say that a town is a piece of art with every resident adding their own details. The buildings, the culture, the history merge together to create something singular and imitable. Those nobles in for a violent surprise, and I think we're going to let them destroy art that beautiful. If I need to help you upgrade your knights so you can teach them a lesson, so be it. It's been a long time since something outside of my own work irked me this much. Show those nobles what happens to people who willingly destroy pieces of art. They do not receive mercy or forgiveness. Something isn't done about Duke Alberea soon, there's no telling what he might do. Now, we need to put our exploration of the spirit shrines on hold for the time being. There's no time to waste. No matter what, we need to take him down. Blade reinforcements Zemurian Ore has been equipped. How much will be achieved with it during our first battle depends entirely on you, Awakener. Right, now isn't the time to be hesitating. I promise I'll make the best use of it I can. The outcome of V wasn't how I wanted things to go, but I want to learn and grow from it regardless. Very well, shall answer to your will. The Eustace's dad's the one who gave the order to set fire to Celdic? How could anyone do something like that? It's all in your hands now. I'll be here with the horses praying for you, and take care of Eustace too, please. You bet, Paula. My opinion on the nobility has really changed since I joined the riding club, but that sure as hell doesn't mean that I'm going to excuse what the Duke did. Go get him, guys, but take care of Eustace. Fine, I guess I'll take care of Eustace. Well, exactly what I pictured the reinforced blade's first battle would be. I wish we could give you a test run or something beforehand, but I guess you do know how to use a sword, so it's the same blade you've always used, you're stronger, so it shouldn't be that different at least. Yeah, I'll be fine. This blade's gonna lead us straight to victory, I just know it. You're too kind. Good luck, Reen. Any slots we need to upgrade? Okay, got some of that done. Alright, so I guess we're pretty much done here. Just out of curiosity, how's our character notebook looking? Like, we're still missing a lot of entries on characters. I do kind of, I mean, we're probably about, I would say about halfway through the game. Maybe a little bit more. I don't know. Things are, I mean, there has been like a lot more talking in this game than there was in the first one, I feel like. Just because like you have so many like new like locations, like whenever the story super advances, like dialogue updates everywhere now, which is definitely cool, but it is a lot of extra time spent not necessarily doing main story stuff. I mean, I still enjoy the talking, and like it's probably the one of the most unique aspects of the series as a whole, but it does kind of make the game seem a little bit like longer than they probably are for most people, since I assume like probably 95% of people do not go through the dialogue like piece by piece like that. But alright, next time we will go beat up Eustace's dad. Now I'll set up wordments and stuff for everyone in between videos as well. Really just kind of give Elliot and Milliam, Machias, you know, you exist. Alright, I'm Extra Cheese 87, stay tuned for the next part, and bye guys.